60 Minutes Overtime.
This is incredible.
It's huge.
So that's obviously Robert E. Lee.
Right.
How hard was it just to get them here into this space without people knowing where it is?
Well, it was physical. I mean, everything was a challenge, as you know.
Some people seeing this may be upset to see Robert E. Lee in a dusty warehouse in an undisclosed location.
Anderson Cooper went down to New Orleans, spoke to the mayor about the decision to take down the statue of Robert E. Lee. You gave him the idea.
Right. We're just sitting down having a conversation in the morning, just like two kind of middle-aged friends knew each other.
He goes, I want you to take the Robert E. Lee monument down. And that's the first time I actually...
So it was Wynton Marsalis who said to you,
it was absolutely Wynton who said to me, I really want you to think about taking that thing down. And I said, well, why would I do that? And he said, well, have you ever thought about what that statue is? And I said, no. And he said, I'm paraphrasing, something to the effect of, well, if you saw it from my perspective, you would understand how demeaning it is.
From a symbolic standpoint, Robert E. Lee statue sits over our city. It's like a curse over our city. What direction do you want our city to go in for its 300th anniversary? And he's like, yeah. He wasn't arguing with it. He was like, I didn't think about that. Let me think about it.
Most statues of historical figures sort of recede into the background. You barely notice them.
Some people don't notice it, but it's in the center of the city. It's called Lee Circle. So it's a definitive marker in the city. The only reason I noticed the statue was my great uncle, who was born in 1883, always talked about that statue.
What did he say?
What you think he said? He pointed out I was 5, 6. I lived with him for a year when I was 6. He pointed out every time he hated that statue.
Every time you walk by?
He hated the statue. He grew up on a plantation. He was kind of rough. He wasn't like a people today. Like, he was a stonecutter for the cemetery. He believed in America, though. And he knew all the injustice. He wasn't like one of these closed eyes, kind of wave a flag and smile and just be, I'm just happy to be here, boss. He wasn't like that at all. But he loved the proposition of the country. He was denied the vote for many years. He went through stuff. I mean, it made my great uncle feel bad. So because it made him feel bad, I was aware of it.
Some of the historians were arguing that statues like this one should stay there.
Why? Why should they stay there?
The argument that they make is that it's a slippery slope. You start taking statues down, where do you stop?
Okay, that same argument could be made about integration. It could be made about women's rights. It's a slippery slope. Once you start paying them the same amount of money, where do you stop? That's always the argument that's made. And the whole thing about it's our history, everything is our history. Them putting it up as our history, us taking it down is our history. That is our history.
That's part of history too.
Everything we do is a part of our history.
Right.
There are things you did that you will not do again. You can't eradicate it from your life, but you damn sure don't have to celebrate it. And what he did was not worthy of celebration in the city of New Orleans.
Robert E. Lee.
The person who led the Confederate forces against the armies of the United States of America, and they lost.
They lost.
Where in the world are you going to find a losing general with a statue in a major city of the country that won? Oh, go look around. You tell me, when you find that statue, take a picture of it and show me.
I was here last night, but I never had that.
When it came down, did you think of your uncle?
Yeah. When the decision for it to come down, I thought of him. Yeah, definitely. I had to do that. I loved him.
This would have meant something to him.
It would have meant a lot to him, because he had a lot of pride.
Did Mayor Landrieu call you when the decision came through?
He called me, yeah.
What was that conversation like?
He said, yeah, man, we did it. It came down. I said, yeah, congratulations, great. If you get on the ground to do 1,000 push-ups, you're not going to celebrate at 50. We have thousands and thousands of push-ups to do. Our lives are not going to be long enough.